goddamn button. Push the goddamn button.
What's going on YouTube? Do you remember comedian Akash Singh? For like the last 6 months or so, the brother was getting cooked on the internet because his wife took to a podcast that her and an acquaintance of hers had, and she made some choice remarks that kind of threw him under the bus in such a negative light that I think he's finally checked out. But just in case you're not familiar with what I'm referring to, I got something for you.
And I will say it again, because I know there's going to be already like insult troll mother. This is not a two-way street. This is a one-way street. His money is our money, and my money is my money. And look, have I only made $600 from content creating?
Wow, I went up $100 from last week.
But that's my money. Okay? So just so we're clear, no, that's actually a red flag, because I know so many girls in my life personally that have been with guys that weren't transparent about money, and they ended up being terrible in other aspects, and like people ended up breaking up in divorces, et cetera, et cetera.
Jasleen actually replied.
And look, I got more for you. She went on a campaign of just putting out information, personal, intimate information about her past that should have just stayed behind closed doors. But because she was an upcoming podcaster, she was trying to get her numbers up. I think that she used his name and his success to help kind of generate an audience for herself. This got nasty.
I think people talking about the sore butthole story, because that was more kind of like an assault story, but I didn't want to label it as such because I didn't think it was super traumatizing, and I had already shared one. Right. And I feel like the internet has a quota for girls of like how many assault stories they could share, regardless of if it's true or not. Like, obviously, I think the internet would be like, oh, every story she tells. Yeah, that's why I didn't want to do that. So I was like, oh, this happened. I didn't really say it's okay.
So what happened, if you don't mind saying?
Well, I mean, so I was living in San Francisco, working on my internship.
Definitely a butt thing would happen there. Not shocking at all. Yeah.
Okay. This is like when Tinder first came out. There was no Bumble. There was no Hinge. I met this guy on Tinder. Whatever. Like, we were like just feeling like the vibes, and I stupidly was like, oh, you can sleep over, but like not really wanting to hook up that much, because again, for me, like I was just like, okay, maybe we can make out and just like whatever and cuddle. But then I guess he like wanted.
Was this guy Indian?
No, he was like Asian.
Yeah, he took it very differently than, I've learned this translation.
Wait, what do you mean?
An Indian guy might understand what an Indian girl means when she says we're hooking up. It doesn't mean we're fucking.
There's something conservative.
I think most American people
I was thrown off by her inviting him over. Because when I've been invited over, that usually means, oh, we're fucking.
No, I know. That was, again, stupid decision on my part. I was like 21. So it's like, I really just like, I don't know, like I just was making bad decisions all around. So it's like, but I was like, okay, like we'll kiss, whatever. I don't remember, honestly, I don't even remember too much, but I just remember him like trying to like sneak a finger. And I was like, no, we're not doing that. Yeah. But like then the next day, like, it was like kind of feeling sore, but it wouldn't, like if it had been anything else, it would, that would have been a whole other story. It would have been like,
She even goes on in different clips describing how, she was loose in college and how she was sleeping with different dudes. I mean, she went on a whole rant about like some of the most embarrassing things that right now in modern society, women find to be a flex to have multiple partners, have a roster, like as a trophy or something to celebrate because they want to be men so much. In this clip right here, though, I don't joke around with sexual assault. I don't know if she made that story up, if it was real, or she just capping it and she really consented to the actual activities that took place. But majority of her on camera was this: how she don't really contribute to the relationship, how financially he takes care of her. She doesn't really offer him too much of anything. Andrew Schultz and everybody's been clowning him. I mean, everybody for months. It was just consistent. And then something unique happens. So think about this. You have a woman that you said I do to, that you love and you adore, that you're willing to sacrifice everything for. You're willing to jump in front of a bullet, take care of their bills. You roll out the red carpet for them, right? Because men, when they say I do or they propose to you, it is not a joke. Men are in it for life most of the time. When you go out of your way, when a man goes out of his way for someone, he's going to take the grunt of everything, whether or not you right or wrong. He might, I don't even know how to say it. He's going to correct you if he loves you. But he's also going to do it privately. If he has to do it in public, it's going to be in a certain type of manner. She just went on a whole run of just fucking him up. And then, like I said, it turned into this right here. And I'm just now getting privy to it.
He didn't just distance himself. He went on Instagram and did a complete federal sweep. The flagrant Reddit community caught it first, pointing out that Akash completely unfollowed Andrew Shultz. But it didn't stop there. He unfollowed DJ Akademiks, Grand Wizard, and basically everyone else connected to his media circle.
A Flagrant 2 junkie. I love my Flagrant 2. I told y'all, I was very saddened. It was like my cat passed away. I don't have a cat, by the way. My man, Akash Singh, he is no longer with the show. And I'm perusing the Flagrant Reddit because, usually I find some good information there. I like to know the inner workings of the show. And I'm scrolling down. And I see this. It says Akash doesn't follow Andrew anymore. So I'm like, no, that can't be true. So I went to Instagram and I checked. And I realized he actually doesn't follow Andrew anymore. But even worse, forget Andrew. Nigga, he ain't follow me no more. Yo, Akash, I apologize. I'm here to publicly apologize to Akash.
He didn't.
Your boy left. He got up out of here. He got in a spaceship and said deuces. I mean, every platform, including myself, spoke on this, warned them as much as we did Travis Hunter. And that was a lot. Everybody was trying to tell you, just, you didn't want to hear it. It came off like we were hating on you or like we were being salty. But you could tell that there was no respect there, and she made it her business to exploit you for everything that she possibly could. And now the pressures, it must have been overwhelming. You couldn't take it. I don't know what y'all conversations were off screen. I don't even know what her platform looked like now. But here we are. And I don't know, bro.
To make matters worse, Jaslyn took to social media to gloat about the split. When a fan directly asked her if Andrew and Akash were still on good terms, she posted a smug, condescending movie clip to confirm that the friendship is completely dead. She's out here playing the ultimate victim, claiming she was digitally violated just because media platforms covered the public statements she chose to make.
So I felt like we had a really good support system. Like if, God forbid, we did ever get into disagreements. And I remember her saying, though, in Paris, she was like, my biggest fear is getting canceled. And I remember telling her, I was like, I just want to let you know, like, I know the periphery of Akash's fan base, which is, I will say, more of the podcast fan base. And I know a lot of people during like our controversy were saying like, oh, it's because of his fans. It's because of his fans. Like his comedy fans are not like that. It's more the podcast fan base that I don't think really resonate with him, because a lot of them are like really racist and right wing. I think like those of them are more like that. But yeah, anyways, I said like those peripheral fans, like they might come at us just because we're brown girls being opinionated and they don't like opinionated women.
Now she's trying to rewrite history by claiming the flagrant fan base is just full of toxic right-wingers who can't handle an opinionated woman. To make matters worse,
yeah, that gaslighting and shit ain't gonna work. And for the record, his crew, his audience in the comedic sense, they was getting on his helmet too. Like when they talk about their family and friends on them sets, yeah, we do get a kick out of real life events, but your shit was different. You were on every platform that would allow you to have a voice, just dismantling that man's ego, pride, his humanity. You was stripping him of everything. His fans that follow him in his sets, those people are still following him over there. And for you to even try to gaslight it and make it seem as if, oh, they're toxic or they're negative and they're being mean because you was talking about having multiple penises inside you, in and out, and how you was spending his money and you wasn't really doing nothing for him. And you think that they're the problem, right? Okay. So Akash has had enough, and I guess he had to step away. I don't know what's going on with y'all, bro, but if you still dealing with her after all of this and you isolating people, well, first of all, none of them niggas was your friends anyway. Not to be like, there's correction, and then there's chastisement there, and then there's just people just straight up using you for content and trying to embarrass you because, you know, for clicks, views, and likes. I don't think none of them was really actually your peoples anyway. So there's that. But also, whether or not they were taunting you, the fact remains that majority of the opinions that were coming in were not completely inaccurate. The words literally are coming out of her mouth how she really feel about you. But if you are still entertaining that, then that's on you, bro. Just because you shut off social media and you step away from this, that don't stop what's happening with them. And you still got to make your money. At the end of the day, bro, I wish you the best. Good luck in everything that you got going on. You're not going to get very far fucking with her, though. I'm trying to tell you right now.